So greetings, what's going on? It's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com, and I'm walking to, my plan is to walk to the BTS, get on the BTS, go to Ekamai station, and go to Sukumvit Hospital, because I'm now on day 2 of having some ear pain. So I don't know whether it's an infection or whether it's just something that I caused, who knows, cleaning in there, whatever. It's bad timing, right? But, you know, when is having an earache ever good timing, right? So anyway, so I'm walking down there. I also need to go to a pharmacy to pick up a prescription renewal. I've got about 2 weeks left on this one prescription, so I figure I'm good. But I'm going to a private hospital, and so I'll see what the experience is. I'm quite confident I'm not going to be able to like video the whole thing, but I am going to share with you a little bit of the experience. I'm really grateful that my condo complex is taking it seriously. I mean, there's always been sort of hand sanitizer at the front, but this is you know, there's extra now, right? So that's cool. Right. So I'm gonna cross the street, which is gonna be super easy because nobody's going anywhere. That's a Songpao. So basically like a little bus that for about, you know, 15 cents you can get on and take down the street. I don't see them full. I don't know if it's because people are practicing social distancing or whether it's just because they are not going out. But I figure today's now day 8 of my self-quarantining, which, again, it was self-induced. I wasn't mandated by any means. I have 0 symptoms. I feel great, actually. The only thing that the only thing that's probably wrong with me right now is my psyche, in the sense that I really wish I could get out and walk around some more. But I'm not really around anybody right now, so I'm trying that. Now, there is a clinic right there. However, all the signs about this stuff are in Thai, so I'm pretty confident that they're not going to speak English, and that's okay, because I'm on my way to a private hospital, which is where I would go anyway. Now, I'm also going to start to approach an area that has a lot more people in it, and as I'm doing so, I will say that the frequency of mask is increased big time. So very empty. So I wanted to follow up with my doctor's appointment. So I walked into the lobby at 10:17. I was checked in, and so they made me a card, right? So now I have a card for that hospital, Sukumvit Hospital. There was a woman that escorted me from the minute I got to the door over there and basically translated the entire time for me. Asked me questions in English and then translated it to Thai. She was amazing, very professional. I got checked in and then was told go to the 6th floor, so I went up to the 6th floor. I walked up and gave them they give you like a ticket, you know, like a number, right? So I was like number 137 or something, and gave them the information. They said, okay, sit down. So I sat down. I didn't even have time to read the English statement on the back of this card, which is basically, please present this card to the hospital. And they're like, oh yeah, you need to come. So I was like, okay. So literally less than 60 seconds. She took me in to check my vitals. And so very similar experience to what you might have in the US. Blood pressure and temperature and weight. With clothes and my cell phone, 90 kilos. Pretty sweet, right? At 195 centimeters. Anyway, so then I went and sat back down. And that took me to 10:42. At which time they came out and got me and brought me in. And I don't have an ear infection. I just had like dirt in there, basically. And this doctor, bless her heart, I mean, she basically like pulled out all of the debris, and you know, so there was wax naturally, right? But you know, I'm not getting graphic. I mean, this is what's in our ears, right? Normal ears have this. And she said, well, is the pain gone? And she like pulled out some hairs or whatever was in there. And I said, yeah, I don't feel any pain. She goes, okay. I said, so do I need any medication? And she said, no. I said, okay, if I, just take Tylenol? She goes, no need. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're not pushing any medication on me. All right, that's fine. And so she put a little bit of ointment in there. She goes, yeah, it'll just dissolve and you should be fine. And she goes, you're done. And I walked outside and I sat down and I checked my phone and it was 10:52. I then walked over and was the only person at the cashier. And she, did the paperwork. And to be fair, when I sat down after meeting with the doctor, there was a woman who then escorted me literally only 10 meters, but she escorted me over to the cashier. Okay, and I'm like, okay, this is excessive. And so the whole bill, basically, the doctor fee is 1,100 baht, and then the hospital amount is 524 baht. And so all in, it was like 1,618 baht, directly billed to my insurance. And she said, and so that was the cashier. And I said, oh, okay, so I pay you? And she goes, and I'm thinking, oh no, she wants me to use a QR code, because I got all these signs there that say, hey, look, if you can use your QR code to pay versus, handing us cash. And she's looking at me like, no, insurance. You have insurance. And I'm like, oh, right. Because I'm so used to paying cash for like medical care here in Thailand, I didn't even think about it. But when they checked me in, they said, do you have insurance? I said, oh yeah, here's my insurance card. And I'm thinking that means, okay, look, if all of a sudden, I have a myocardial infarction and I need to stay in the hospital for days on end, they want to make sure I can pay for that. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know that they'd put it in the system and then immediately direct bill. So anyway, at the end of the day, it's basically with the current exchange rate, $51.30, which, let's be clear, that's very high for Thailand. But I wanted to go into a private hospital and I wanted to be taken well care of. That is my experience in private hospitals in Thailand. The service is exceptional. The skill set of the doctors is, it's the same or better than I've ever received in the United States, as far as I'm concerned, at the hospitals I've been to. I've never been to a government hospital, I've never been to a public hospital, that sort of thing. But, quite frankly, I've never been to really any of those in the US, now that I think about it, because I've always had either health insurance or an HMO or something like that. So that was my experience. And, all in and out in less than an hour. On March 21st, here in Bangkok. We're not in lockdown, and I'm in a mall right now, actually. And yes, there's no people here, but I'm also on a floor where there's not a whole lot going on. But if I were to go to other floors, then, there's also not a lot going on there, too. But anyway, that was my experience here at Sukumvit Hospital in Bangkok. So hope you live in the dream. Ciao. So basically, I'm at the base of the mall, buying clothes that I can't afford. No, I'm kidding. There's no way I'm buying clothes there. So, but this is awesome. I'm totally psyched. Hello, Saudi Cop. I feel like I should close my eyes. What is? 36.1. Very good. So I'm 36.1, which is good. This is pretty spectacular. Check this out. And now I'm going through. So I did see like a little bit of spray, so it's sort of interesting. Not totally sure what it does. I assume you have the same things when you enter the mall. You have individual sanitizing gates that put nano disinfectant spray on you. That's what happens there, right?